Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to my podcast. I'm your host, Kimberly, telling you why I'm busy and maybe talk about all things Drizzy. So sit back and grab a plate into Kimbo's Slice of Life.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Reach Your Potential Nutrition. RYP Nutrition is an active-duty military-owned company that specializes in providing you with sports nutrition supplements to help you get the most out of your workouts. They currently have a pre-workout and hydration formula that gives you the boost and the electrolytes you need to push through any workout. They also have a low-calorie protein powder that has 22 grams of protein and only 110 calories, perfect as a post-workout drink. With every purchase you make through RYP, 10% of that profit goes to helping fallen military members or their families. Use code Kimbo for 50% right now at ryp/nutrition.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? We are here with another episode of Kimbo's Slice of Life with Renee from West Haven Management. Renee, what is up?
I'm excited to be here.
Actually, me and Renee, I've known you since like three years now. We actually met like 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
That's
Time flies.
literally, it's so crazy. Like, and then we literally have not seen each other in like 2.
Hey, hustling, working.
Right. Renee is a model. Tell us, how did you get started in the modeling industry?
What started me in the modeling industry, I would say, was my parents. My dad pushed me more because he was just like, you have a face to be a model. You know how parents are. Parents are always going to push you to do something you're not comfortable with. And I wasn't comfortable with modeling at first. So I was like, I'm just going to do it, whatever. So I went to Butler Modeling School, which I thank them for building my confidence, building my model career. And it's history from there. I am who I am because of them. You wouldn't know me then than how I am now. It's changed. It's completely different. I think the me before would have an anxiety attack that I'm even doing things like this now. It's crazy.
Yeah. What has been your favorite shoot or runway show that you've done?
I would say I'm gonna bring up the Bella modeling one only because that was my first runway show, and in my brain I was just like, I'm really about to go out there and walk, and then show my talent. Like this is it for me. So in my brain I was like, don't jack this up. I'm so hard on myself. Like it's like the athletic competitor in me to be like, you got this, don't mess up. Like I'm so hard on myself. And I went out there and I feel like I killed it. But looking back, I'm like, my walk was so bad. It was so bad. It's better now, but it's like then I'm like, here I am trying to copy Naomi Campbell, which is the best. And I'm like butchering her walk entirely. But looking back, I'm just like, it was fun. It was, at the end of the day, you just gotta have fun with it.
Same thing for me. Like it's my first. That was my first. Well, first and only because I'm not a high fashion model, so I'm not tall enough. But yeah, first and only runway model, and I was just like, what am I doing?
Right, and I've done like multiple runway shows after that, and I did one with West Haven, and they always say like my walk is very in between Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, and I've sort of embodied that more because I do have their body frame. Like if you see their body frame, they're very like heavy set at the top and kind of slim at the bottom, and I think that sort of gave me the frame of okay, don't copy theirs, but make it your own walk.
Would you say like, is that your inspiration? Like Naomi
Pretty
Campbell?
much, I would say Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks. Not the Tyra Banks now. The Tyra Banks, I would say 90s Tyra Banks.
America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks.
Yeah, America's Next Top Model. And that's so, I can't even say that because, like, Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model, is so frowned upon now. Like, if you've seen the videos, they say, like, she was so, like, mean for no reason, and it was just for TV and entertainment. So that's why I always say, like, 90s Tyra Banks before she even was America's Next Top Model and what we know her now. I think it's way better because she seems so much more humble back then than she is now.
I used to watch those shows. I don't know why, that was before I even wanted to know I wanted to do this.
Oh, trust me, if you look at it now, you're just like, oh my God, she was so mean to them. Like making people shave their head, I think is a bit crazy to me. It's just like, why is this necessary? Why do you need to fix someone's gap? Like having a gap teeth now is just like it's different freckles.
Yeah, that's like a unique look. Yeah.
Like different beauty, I guess, standards have like changed. Like things like freckles, they're in now. Beauty marks, just be who you are, is what I say. It's like, who cares what you look like? Go out there with your 4-pack. Go out there with your stomach. Like, who cares? Like, just do you. No one cares.
Right. When you look back from the beginning of your modeling experience, what are things that shaped you, like as a person?
Ooh, that's a a good one. I would say what things that shape me. I would say modeling shaped my personality because I think I wouldn't be able to do like Twitch streaming or podcasts or be on TikTok just being just myself without modeling. I think if I didn't do modeling, I would still be this reserved introvert. I
Hmm.
wouldn't go outside. Like I just wouldn't do what I'm doing now. Like back then, like I said, I would literally have an anxiety attack. I would not do what I'm doing now. Like thinking about it now, I'm just like, this freaks me out. Like I would never do this. This is just nope. It gives me nerves. I would not even think about doing this. Like the high school me would just like, have a heart attack. Literally, like I can't even fathom what modeling has done for me. Like besides, of course, it has its negative sides, it has its positive sides. But the positive thing I will say is confidence. It's definitely brought major confidence. I wouldn't be able to wear the outfits I'm wearing now, or just do like the bold hairstyles, like blonde. Like, who would have thought I'd be blonde right now? Like, I would have never done this. I'd have been like, what's wrong with me? No. So, I would say confidence. And if you are thinking about modeling, just do it. Don't even do it for like social media. Do it because you're just like, I'm tired of being this stagnant person who sits indoors watching anime or just on Netflix all day. Do it because you're like, I want to change and I want to do it for the better.
That was my next question too. Like, what advice would you give for aspiring models?
I would definitely say that. Like, because again, when I did modeling, it wasn't like to just do it because, oh, I want to be a famous model like Coco Rocha or Naomi Campbell. Like, I'm not doing it for that. I was doing it more for confidence. I
Hmm.
feel like it was like an investment for my confidence because back then I could tell like I just wasn't myself. I was always comparing myself to others. I'd be like, oh my God, she's skinny. I want to look like her. But some of those girls behind closed doors, they weren't doing healthy things. They were eating ice cubes for like food. And they weren't eating actual food. Like I was just like, oh my God, I want to be her, but I heard she's not even eating food. Like I enjoy pizza. I enjoy, Asian food, especially ramen is my go-to.
Ramen noodle.
Ramen noodles will never get old for me. I'm telling you, like
Okay.
it will never get old for me. Like adding an egg to ramen will change your life. I'm telling you. Like, don't judge me till you try. Yeah, just if you want to do modeling, just go for it. It's like I did photography a long time ago, and it was just like I didn't hesitate. I just did it because it's like it's another trade you can do. Be basically the queen of all trades or the king of all trades, but the master of none. Is my best advice.
Yeah. How did you even find like the modeling school? Like, what made you like be like, okay,
It
I'm
was
gonna
like
do a modeling
random. I
school?
like went online and on Google and I just said model agency. And Kim Dawson came up and a bunch of other ones like Dragonfly. And I was like, looking at the models, like, ooh, I look nothing like them. And there's nobody like me on there. And I was like, I wonder if I should use it to my advantage and be like, I want to be a model that they don't have.
Hmm.
So then I was like, but first, where's the confidence? You can't just walk into an agency and just know the confidence. So then I was like, do they have modeling schools? Do modeling schools like exist? So I was like,
Is
okay.
that a thing?
Yeah, I was like, is that a thing? I was like, is that illegal? Like, can you actually go to a model school? So I was like, model schools. And Bella came up as like the top one. And there's like some below that. But I was like, I don't want to go to one and not be the best. So I was like, let me just try Bella and see how it is. I've gotten nothing but good reviews about it. Everybody has said it's good. They've had good experiences. I even called some of the people in the reviews. I was like, hey, was this good? Like, was this like legit? And they're like, yeah, no, it was good. My daughter still does it. She's gotten signed. And I was like, oh, well,
I know we started like mid COVID,
we
and
did.
I think you were the class like that was after me,
Hmm.
and I was like the oldest one in my class. Right,
Yeah,
and
I
I
was
was
like, I think the second oldest, but like I never told
me
anybody.
neither.
I never told anybody. I was like crazy because I was like, yo, if I tell someone like I think at the time I was like 24, if I tell them I'm 24, they're gonna like kick me out. Like, am I allowed to even say I'm 24? So I think for a while I like pretended to be like 20, and it went. Hey, no one asked me. No one asked me. Oh, how old are you?" I'm like, oh, I'm 20 years old. And I was like, now I was like, I should have just said what I was. 'Cause I think one of my other classmates, he was the oldest among us, and I think he was like 25, and then somebody else was 30, so she was the oldest too. And she was like, "Oh, I'm doing it to build confidence," and I was like, "Oh shit, so that's what I'm here for too." So it's just crazy thinking about it now. I'm just like, why was I so insecure at my age? Like, I don't even look.
No, that's literally me still though.
Like
I'm still insecure about my age.
we don't even look our age though. Like if someone asked us down the street was like, how old are you? I'm gonna always either get 19, 20, maybe 22 at like the max, but we don't even look our age. Barely. Like I still think you're like 25.
It's okay. Nobody knows how old I am, so I am.
Good, we're good. Nobody knows. We're just 20.
I know. I felt like, I don't know, an outcast because I was like the oldest one, and then when I saw your group, they're like, yeah, that's a good group, and I was like, dang, I was like, they're like my age, they're around my age, and I was like,
Yeah.
why didn't I join
Yeah, that's
a
what
month
Christine
ago,
told us.
before or after, right? I think you joined like a month after.
Yeah, that's what Christine told us. She was just like, you guys are like the diverse group because there's literally you have like all ages. You have like oldest and then you have like youngest, which I think our youngest, she was like 21. So I thought it was really cool because it seems like we were like the staple or like the example of diversity or I guess just confidence because everybody kept mentioning like our group. They kept saying, "Oh yeah, your group is like the most confident. You guys seem very rambunctious," which we were. We were crazy all the time. We always brought the energy, but I think they love that, and I think people looked up to us, and that put a lot of pressure on our group. We were just like, "Oh my god, guys, we're getting pretty popular like at Bella. Like people are looking up to us. We should probably make an example." And we were still considered rambunctious regardless because again we act like children. We all brought that out of each other. Like we all acted like kids. It was so funny. I was like, dang, I feel like I'm like in middle school all over again. It was fun though. I miss it. I do miss it.
It was, yeah, it was fun. When you look, was there anything like you would change or like about?
I wish I would if Bella existed like when I was like in my 20s, I would have definitely been able to go back and just do it. I'd have just said just do it. I wish I could tell my younger self to be like, just go. Just be a model. Just go for it. Don't hesitate. You're gonna love it. Like you never know what you're gonna do until you try. Because
Right.
sitting there procrastinating and telling yourself otherwise, you're just gonna be like, dang. You're gonna look back and let's say you're like 40 and be like, dang, I should have started it a long time ago. Because I mean, there are people now. I mean, there are actors and actresses who will say they started way in their 20s, but they did not get famous until like their 30. It's just because they kept going. Sure, it was late. Sure, they're famous later on in their lives, but because they kept going, they are where they are now.
Right.
Like I heard, what's that guy's name who plays Indiana Jones? I keep forgetting his name. I think it's like Harrison Ford is his name. He was a carpenter, like in his early 20s. And he's like, he just kept going as a model and became famous later on, like in his 30s. And that's like with a lot of models. They always say like they start way early but don't get famous till later.
Well, cause yeah, we look at a lot of, especially a lot of these young rappers, and they're like, dang, they popped off, and they're like our age, but I mean, that doesn't happen for everybody, you
It
know.
doesn't. But like that's what it's crazy about it now is that TikTok and social media has changed the game on music or just talent in general because people now are not looking for talent. They're looking for popularity. They're looking for what will make them money, what's the next big thing, what's the next trendy dance. Nothing is about talent. And I think people should really look at that because now it's like talent is rare. And people, if they look for it, they look for it. If they don't, they're going to look for the next popular song or the next popular thing. Because TikTok, if you're on it, there's always something new. There's always a new trendy, just nonsense that's going on. Like those little NPC. Have you seen that on TikTok? The NPC?
No, I don't even know what that
Oh
is.
my god. So
Girl, I just started TikTok. Like, I'm like
yeah,
late.
so in the gaming world, NPC basically means non-playable character. But on TikTok, they made it into this popular thing where people are acting like non-playable characters. Like they're acting like gaming characters. So just think of a gaming character like Crash Bandicoot or let's say Tomb Raider or Croft. Someone is online acting like that. And they're making money.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. They're just making money, just being just random gaming characters. Like GTA, Grand Theft Auto, someone's a random GTA character.
Literally, with social media, the possibilities are like endless
Endless.
because
Literally
you could
endless.
do anything, anyhow, anyway, and
You can get
become
famous eating pizza.
famous.
Literally eating pizza. I know someone literally on YouTube who's known for eating food. And he makes money eating, just eating food.
That's so crazy to me.
What? It's just crazy to me. It's insane. But hey, now that you know any talent, if you think it's not a talent, it probably is now in this
In
world.
today's world, right?
Today's world.
Not like in the 90s, it wasn't.
Right.
What are your future aspirations like with modeling? Like, what are you hoping to do? in the years come
I
or
feel like
tomorrow? I'm just,
I feel like my aspirations in model has changed because when I first did it, it was like, oh my God, I want to be, famous. I want to be known for changing the game, and there's nobody like me. Like my mindset was so different now, but like I feel like being in the industry and knowing how it is now, it's hard, being different, and it's hard finding, your niche in that industry. And I feel like I kept hearing the word fitness, 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 or hey, you look like you're a very muscular, model. Get into fitness modeling. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I just do that? So my aspiration now is just fitness modeling and just aspiring people to get more into their nutritional value and their health. Because I feel like that's not talked about enough. Everybody always wants to discuss, modeling and the glamour of model, but no one discusses the mental and what you have to have as far as when you're in modeling. Because no one tells you, especially I was saying about models, they don't tell you you have to have a strong mental health for it, and they don't tell you like rejection it sucks. It's being told no so many times, and the doors closed in your face is hard. So I just want to tell people like if you're going to do something, be ready for the no's, be ready for that rejection, be ready to be told, you know, they don't like you. It's gonna suck. I've been rejected from at least 15 agencies. I remember when I first heard my first like no, I was like devastated. Like I felt like the worst, like it's worse than your crush telling you like no. Like it's so like it felt so just bad. Like I was like, oh my God, like it sucks. It's not one no. Like you're getting no's all over the place. You're getting emails from people saying, oh, you're just not a good fit, you're just not this. And it's like, what do I do now? It's like your world just crumbles. But at the end of the day, you just have to tell yourself, like, I know what I'm worth. I know what I can bring to the table. And that one no, that's just not one no. There's a yes out there. Someone's going to tell you yes. And I feel like West Haven Management was that yes for me. And they are all about diversity. And that's why I like them so much. Because at first I was skeptical before I signed with them. But then they're just like, no, we are really big and open to whatever talents you can bring to the table. If you have talent and you want to show it, we're open to that. And they are, like, they truly are. That's what I like about them. So the aspiration for me is diversity, to bring more talent out there, to show people, like, don't give up. Just because you got told no like 10 times, just keep going. Meg Thee Stallion literally said she's been told no multiple times. And she was like, that's not going to stop me. Like, I know my talent. I know what I can bring. So freak the world. I'm going to do what I want.
right? Until you get that yes, don't stop. What is your favorite pizza? I know we got
Favorite
just
pizza.
pepperoni up here.
I am not traditional. I am so weird. So if I had like a top three, it's like buffalo chicken is my go-to, chicken pesto, and I'm weird about like spiciness, so I love chicken and jalapenos. I'm
Chicken
so weird.
jalapenos?
Yeah, I'm so weird. Like people think like pineapples is weird. I'm like chicken jalapenos and like banana peppers and like just peppers in general on pizza is it for me.
Okay,
Like
that's a new one for me. I've heard people say buffalo chicken. I've heard that one, but I have not heard chicken and jalapenos.
peppers, man. I don't know what it is. I love like spicy food. Like again, ramen.
Where
I'm
do you so
always.
where do you find like chicken and jalapeno pizza at? Or you just
You can get
suggest it?
anywhere. I just suggest
Like
it
what is
anywhere.
your favorite?
Ooh, my favorite one. If I could, my favorite pizzas are like it's not even in Texas. It's like New York or like Philadelphia, Chicago. Those are
Oh,
like
those kind.
go-to
Yeah.
pizza places. I'm telling you, y'all not gonna miss out on those pizzas. Are like the best pizza places, and they're big. This is a small pizza to me. I'm talking. You have to fold pizza like a taco. Is the good pizza to me. That's the best pizza. I'm telling you.
Cuz you said earlier you meant well not on the podcast, but you said you're from Vegas. So,
See, Vegas, I feel like is so underrated as far as food because they bring a wide range of food because they have buffets. So they're taking food from multiple different places. And I think that's where I discovered like New York pizza for me because they have it out there. They claim it's New York pizza. Is it? It's a copycat. It will never be the actual New York pizza until you go to New York. But yeah, I feel like that's what really brought me to like so many diverse of like foods and the qualities of food. Especially I've been to the Philippines. I was spoiled in the Philippines.
so are you a foodie?
I am a foodie.
Yeah.
I am. I eat all the time. But I think Asian food is probably like my go-to because when I went to the Philippines, I lost my mind. The quality of food there is different, and I also learned how nutrition works out there. It's when I learned portions. The portions in America, y'all, too big, too big. Like in Japan, when I was out there for like a millisecond because I had to stop in Japan, their portions are so small. Like I'm talking like fist portions of food. Like I'm like I came back home and I was like I'm overeating. I'm eating way too much. Like they would tell me when I went to the Philippines, they're like, yeah, you guys have too much food. Is what they kept saying. Too much food.
Somebody asked, they're like, "Do y'all eat the pizza?" And I was like, "Yeah, we do." And they're like, "Y'all eat the pizza cold?" And yeah,
Why not?
it's
I feel
like,
like
yeah. I mean, there's a microwave, but people will like to eat cold pizza. So
I grew up eating cold pizza. Only because, well, I wouldn't say I grew up poor, but I mean, there were times we didn't have a microwave or it was working, so I'm used to eating cold pizza. It's like a staple around from
yeah.
us. Why not? What's wrong with that?
All right, Renee. Thank you for coming on to Kimball Slice of Life and sharing your story and everything you have, everything we've been through. Stay inspired. I love being inspired. I said this in my other podcast, but I don't know. Everybody is inspiring, and I love how each episode I become more inspired by everybody. Because it's just I don't know. I just love being inspired.
Yeah, I mean, people are different, so I feel like you have much more to give. This is gonna be cool, y'all.
All right. Yeah. YouTube fam, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and you can find Kimball Slice of Life on Apple. Wait, I was gonna say Apple Music.
I was like, you're dropping jams too.
Okay. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and we will see y'all in 2.